box.
Yeah.
How has it been a challenge with that situation, and was it different having been in the box than you used to having been down?
You know what? It was a little different, probably more for him than anything, because I think this is the first time he said in his career he'd ever been in the box. You know, usually O-line coaches, I've only seen that one other time in my time that an O-line coach is in the box, but I will say this, it was really good to have him back. We didn't have him the week before, so he's definitely a safety net for me, or a safety blanket, so to speak. I mean, I enjoy him and glad he's feeling better and back a part of our staff. But, you know, I thought our communication was really good. Now with the iPads, it's actually probably a great deal for him to be able to sit there and look at it, you know, sitting down. And with his condition, we just felt like it was safer for him and better for him to be up there. And, you know, we had Kyle Fuller, our GA, down on the field. Corey's a volunteer guy with us. So we had, I thought we had a really good communication. And, you know, I think it's something that Randy wants to be back on the field as soon as he can with his guys, though.
Chip, Mac was talking about the offensive line being kind of banged up going into this game. And then there was the additional challenge for you guys just running so many plays on offense as you're trying to get back in the game. Did you see the fitness level that you were hoping to see from them? Because I assume you had to rotate some guys.
Yeah, and we did. We had to rotate, but no, the fitness was fine. I thought our guys, you know, we got into a game we really probably don't want to be in from the standpoint of 50 throws, close to 50 throws, and putting some guys in vulnerable positions. You know, now when you do that and we're playing catch up, then now the third down pressures become first and second down pressures now, because they know you're throwing. And you know, we got some inexperience there. You know, Jacoby's still learning, as well as some of the old linemen, so we struggle sometimes with that. But at the end of the day, that's really probably not the game we want to be in if we can choose that. But you know, that was the situation, and we were you know, trying to play catch up there. And you know, I thought our guys handled the conditioning well. I think what do we have, about 80 snaps or something like that, and I was pleased with that.
What did you guys see from Jacoby Saturday that wasn't evident in August?
Yeah, I think just his understanding of the offense from the standpoint of the concepts versus the different coverages. You know, he got in here so late, and you got about a week that you can rep him some, because we were trying to rep at that time 3 guys, and then once you get to that point, you got to start preparing. We were preparing for Minnesota, and you just don't have enough reps to rep 3 guys. And I think what we saw the last 3 weeks is him get more reps and him continue to grow. We already knew he's a talented player for sure. And I think you've seen him take charge of the offense more, be more vocal with the O-line, just kind of running the show, so to speak. And I think that's what I've seen in the last 3 weeks, is his growth has become, and I think that comes with confidence, and more confidence in knowing exactly what we're doing. And there's some things still we got to clean up, but a lot of positives that we can take out of that game, you know, from the standpoint of individual play, you know, for some of the throws he made, and pocket presence. I thought pocket presence was solid. There was a couple he probably left that he shouldn't. I know the interception, the one, he could have stayed in there, but lots of good things that he can grow on, and lots of mistakes that I think we can get corrected.
Max said he still has to learn more of the playbook. You guys still have to feed him more of that. But with everything that's in the playbook, we believe that when he gets to the point where he knows everything, you can use the whole playbook.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, 100%. And you know, the playbook is a kind of your base, you know, is where you start, and each week you pull from that. You don't carry everything in for every game anyway. So the way I see it is the more reps he's been getting in practice is why you've seen that improvement. And as we get ready for this next one, you know, you don't carry your entire playbook in anyway. So I feel pretty confident that as we go in the season, it's just more experience for him on the field, and I think you'll see him continue to improve each and every week.
Chip, was that the worst this particular offensive line has played here early in the season?
You know, I don't know. The worst. I mean, I thought at times we played really well. They did a good job early of trying to take away our inside zone. That's why we went to a wide zone. You know.
Like you got much push up there.
Yeah, when they're junking it up in the middle, that's why we went to the wide zone there and got some runs on the perimeter. And then, like I said, once you got in a certain position, you're throwing every down, and that makes it tough. I mean, anytime you throw it a whole bunch, you're gonna open yourself up. But no, I was pleased. At times we looked really good. I don't think the O-line played bad at all. I mean, there's plays they'd like to have back, but, you know, and some confusion sometimes with some of the looks we got. But overall, you know, we got a good young group. I think they'll continue to improve.
Chip, in OL play, we talk about matchups in basketball.
Yeah.
Isn't that a big deal with OL when you've got large tackles and got quicker guys on the end?
Yeah.
How do you adjust to that?
Yeah, I think so. I think both those guys that we have are big guys, and they are athletic for their size, but they are young players. And, we try to do some things, chipping and helping them and so forth with the backs and getting the slides to the right size so we got a slide going instead of it being a man protection. And at times we did a solid job of that, there's a couple times our communication, I think, broke down on where we were pointing the slide to and so forth, but all things that we can fix.
This may be a silly question. You guys are talking all year about playing multiple quarterbacks. It seems like now it's Jacoby's job moving forward.
Yeah, I think early in the year when we were not sure, especially after Max, went down, I think there was some thought, okay, let's just let these guys play some and see what happens, and that was the plan. I think as time's going on, I think Jacoby's been able to go in and maybe establish himself as a guy that can really throw the ball down the field, and I think we needed that element to the offense. And as long as he keeps playing well, I think we'll probably be in that direction. But Connor's got to be ready to go, and he's preparing each and every day, just like he's going to play. And we'll see what the situation dictates.
He did have a snap Saturday. Connor did, because Jacoby's helmet went.
Yeah.
And he fumbled the snap.
Mm-hmm.
What happened with that play, and what did you say?
Yeah, he fumbled. I mean, he dropped the snap. I don't know what to say. Just a mistake on his part, I guess. Jacoby, you got two choices. You can call a timeout, or you got to get another guy in. And I think Connor will tell you he's usually going to be fine on that, but just made a mistake.
You guys had that brief, 3-point lead. It was 14-11, and obviously you mentioned the nature of the game it kind of became.
Yeah.
What is the, challenge that then comes in from a play calling standpoint to try to, regain control a little bit? I know you have to throw it a lot more than you would like to, but what becomes that challenge as it just, kind of progresses?
Yeah, I think the challenge is when you have a young O-line experience and a young quarterback playing, you don't want that pressure on them all the time. You want to be able to, and we have Omarion Hampton, who's, in my mind, the best back in the country. So we want to be able to stay with that. That's who we want to be. We said we want to be a run, play, action team. And once we, and we contributed to some of that. We had the pick six. We had the fumble he mentioned earlier. We had, some opportunities where we gave them some points and helped dig ourselves in that hole. And then once the hole was so big, we had to, then it's like, hey, what can we do to get back in it? Let's go fast. Let's throw it, and then mix in some runs every now and then and a screen every now and then. But, at the end of the day, we helped contribute to digging ourselves in that hole. And it's one that we all believed we were going to get out of for sure, even in the fourth quarter. Really proud of our guys, the way they fought. Our guys went out, and we challenged them at halftime to do that, and they responded like you'd want them to do it. And at the end of the day, we just couldn't rebound enough.
You just spent the last 45 minutes talking to Matt a lot about what he said in the locker room. What was your takeaway from that? What were your conversations like after?
I'll be honest with you, I'll come from upstairs, so I barely get in there, and I'm sure he addressed all that earlier, so I don't really have a comment on that.
How much has Max been able to help the quarterback since he's been back?
What's that now? I couldn't hear you.
I say, how much has Max been able to help Jacoby and some of the other quarterbacks?
Yeah, Max, yeah. He hadn't been back here in the building every day, but, I know of support, through text and through calls and so forth. And he did sit in meetings one day. I'm pretty sure that was last week. And it was great to see him. Our team really, really enjoys Max. And I know he's been an ear for him to vent to and so forth. And he does have experience, so I think that helps, Jacoby and Connor. And he still is a huge part of our program.
Chip, what do you see with regards to Duke and Coach Diaz? Obviously, he's a defensive coach.
Yeah.
They've been playing really well.
Yeah, they have. I see, typical Coach Diaz, Manny Diaz. I mean, he's got a defensive reputation. He's always done a great job wherever he's been. He's going to give you a lot of multiple looks and some pressure looks. And at the same time, he's going to make you earn everything from the standpoint of he's not going to give you any free guys down the field. So I think for us, we got to, really figure a way, okay, how can we play on our strengths, and how can we run the football effectively and then use that to help us throw it down the field some. And I think that's what we're always trying to do. And Manny's defense always presents a lot of challenges because he can outnumber you pretty quick and give you some looks and that maybe you hadn't seen, and he'll always have a surprise or two for you on that. Over the years, I've coached at different places and run across him a few times and got a lot of respect for him for sure.
Have you gone back and looked at some of the old UNC Miami games from the past when Coach Diaz was there to just sort of get a feel for
You know, I can't tell you that, right? For sure. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, look, when you're in coaching, you got long memories. You try to remember anything from way back, but I wasn't here then, so I'm not as familiar with the personnel and so forth. But I just know that, like, we kind of are creatures of our habit. We all do things, including myself, that we feel like have been successful. And, you know, Manny gives you enough looks and enough things over the years that he's not going to let you zero in on him. We're just going to have to play good, sound football. And, you know, the thing that we're going to have to do is take care of the ball better. You know, that's what we didn't do, you know, Saturday. We didn't protect the ball, and that's the first thing we talk about each and every week. And so I think I was just kidding with you on that. But to answer your question is, like, we just need to play good football. We need to execute at a higher level, make sure we communicate really well up front across the board because of the issues he can present you, and then protect the ball and do those things. I think we'll have a great opportunity to score some points.
Chip, what does having a full game of Jacoby at quarterback, 48 passing attempts, the whole 9 yards, do for you in terms of knowing what you can give him, what you want to do with him in the offense, moving forward into Duke and everything? What is, like, just having sort of that full, you know, plate of stuff? Yeah,
I think anytime you feel like that you have a guy that can execute down the field and be able to you know, attack the defense down the field, that's definitely a help. We want to be able to run the ball first. That's where it all starts. And then I think what Jacoby does is, you know, I think you saw this on Saturday, his ability to have really good pocket awareness. At times he was excellent in that. There was a few that he wasn't, but I think the ability to do that, go through the progression, stay with the read, understand, and really I was pleased. You know, the one bad decision that I really thought was the interception return for a touchdown, where he scrambled and threw back across his body, which is a no-no. You know, we all say that all the way back to junior high football, but and he was the first to be hard on himself on that. The other one was a ball that you know, I thought he threw pretty well. It was pretty tight coverage, and we got to keep coming back and help keep that ball from being intercepted. It was a tight window for sure, but that's the way college football is. The windows are tighter. So overall, I thought he made a lot of really good decisions. The one thing that I thought he did too is he protected the ball pretty well in the pocket. The one time it collapsed and they got him, he probably held it a little longer than he should. But, you know, when you throw it 48 times and you make 2 or 3 mistakes, I think that's pretty good. And like I said, I was really proud. And the one thing that I think the best thing he did is he showed a lot of toughness, because he got hit some, you know, and we got to limit those. And we're trying to go back and figure out, okay, how can we keep this from happening again? And some of it's little things, and some of it we got to do a better job of helping out some on that.
But I'm saying from your perspective in terms of what you can give him.
Yeah.
Like, how does that help to have the full
Playbook, is that what you're talking about?
Just the full game to look at and dissect.
Oh yeah, 100%.
From first quarter to fourth.
Yeah, more reps and more ways to evaluate, more things. Hey, what does he do well and so forth. I think that's a key. And, you know, each quarterback's different. You know, when I first got here last year with Drake, it was, hey, how, you know, what is he like? What does he feel comfortable with? And we tried to stay in that world, and we're doing the same thing with Jacoby. And, you know, now we've got a game and a half, I guess, of him playing a lot of snaps and starting to figure out, I think, what he's good at and what we can execute.
Chip, a byproduct of,
Yeah.
you know, the other day was the ball did move around a lot, you know, so,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Chip got in there, Taylor got in there,
Yeah.
Mark Green had a catch. Since you guys do have some injuries at that position
Mm-hmm.
right now, how, ready do you feel those guys
Yeah.
kind of are to, you know, step in and slot in, and then also just, not just for this week, but I guess moving forward, their ability to kind of contribute in real game offense? Like
Yeah, you know, those guys came in January. I think you're talking about Chip and Alex and probably Vari a little bit too, and really impressed with that group. We had a great freshman class come in. I mentioned Davion Goss or Bullet. You know, last week we talked about him a lot, but you know, Chip got in, made a few plays. Alex showed up. Vari made a few plays, and I think when you have the ability to spread the football around, that's really good. I want to say we had 8 or 10 people catch balls last game, which is something we like. And, you know, I think, like you said, the season's a long season. We got a few guys banged up. So those guys continue to come on, and that's going to help us down the road. And, you know, hopefully we'll get a guy or two back. But really, really proud of what those guys did Saturday, and think they'll continue to grow the more reps they get too.
Do you feel like you're starting to see Kobe get back to where the type of player that you all know he can be? I mean, it looked like he had some extra juice.
Yeah, he did. I noticed that too. I thought he looked look maybe a step faster and really, he's made, before he was injured, he made a lot of big plays for us. And, he's had basically, almost close to a year, I guess, or maybe a little less than a year of being banged up. So it was good to get him back, and you can see his ability. He can stretch the field a little bit. He had a great, the ball he caught on our sideline was a great throw and catch, and I think that's going to help us as we grow, is getting those guys back and getting everybody healthy going. And, JJ made a couple big catches, veteran guys. Gavin got in and made a play. So we're going to have all hands on deck as the season goes.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Chip.
Appreciate it.